welcome back to my channel. I am the Mass Trans and you are watching me, baby. Now before we get today's video started, I just want to give a quick what's up to my peeps and a diabolical middle finger to the creeps. You know who you are. Alright, you guys, it is Monday morning. I am up, I am energized, I am ready to get my day started. I hope you are too. But before I got my day started, I wanted to come and talk a little bit about this whole Gabby Petito case that is happening out in Wyoming and down in Florida. This case is a mess. This case is a mess. And first of all, condolences to the family, right? At this point, I'm not going to rehash the story because you need to do your own research. I'm busy, okay? The story's everywhere, okay? So if you don't know who Gabby Petito is, it's P-E-T-I-T-O. Go look her up and then come back. But I'm not going over it. I got things to do, and you should do your homework, okay? Before you click on the link. So everybody, this story is everywhere. So the FBI found a body out in Wyoming that they believe to be Gabby's, right? At this point, in my opinion, it is pretty conclusive that this is Gabby, right? And it's sad because 22 years old. I mean, really just beginning your life. 22? So sad. So they found the body. Now, here's the part that I'm pissed off about. And when I tell you I'm pissed, okay? I'm pissed because Brian Dirty Laundrie was allowed to go back to his family in Florida. Now, he'd been back at home for weeks. Ain't called the police, ain't notified this girl's family, ain't did a goddamn thing whatsoever to show that he had concern about her well-being. He left, went home in her van. In her van. The unmitigated gall of it all. You gonna drive this girl's van home? Didn't notify her family? Didn't call the police? You ain't did nothing to help this baby? So at this point, it's pretty clear what happened to Gabby. And it's pretty clear who did it to her, right? Now, the part that pisses me off the most is not what Brian did. Because, you know, some men are idiots. Some men are idiots, and you know, as a woman, even as a trans woman, you know this firsthand how aggressive and unpredicted, ebullient some men can be. And that being said, right, Gabby's missing. We see her on video. They have some sort of interaction, I believe it was with the Wyoming police as well, where she is in a state of duress, right? She's crying. You can tell that there's some sort of altercation that happened between the two of them, and the police intervened because someone in the shopping center saw them sort of, getting into it, and they separate the two of them. Now, you know, when you're young and in love, and you know you want that feeling back, so you go back and you're just like, okay, we got into it, right? When you get older, you get wiser, and so the two of them get back together. Now, during this altercation, it stated that he had scratches and marks on him from whatever altercation happened between Brian and Gabby. And then all of a sudden, he shows up in Florida. Chilling. Having barbecues. Dinner with the fam. And Gabby had been living in Florida with Brian and his family. And no one in his family thought to say, hey, where's Gabby? How is Gabby? You know, what's going on? Nope. Didn't say a word. Did not say a word. So at some point, Gabby's family was like, where's my baby? Where's my baby? And it's at that point that they file a missing person report, and this whole thing starts to unravel. So here we have Gabby missing, Dirty Laundrie Brian back at home in Florida with his family, in Gabby's van. We have them on police video, body camera footage of the two of them having an altercation. And the police, with all of this going on, did not keep surveillance on this man's house. So, Brian, and see, let me tell you something. I don't want to make this about race, right? But I want white people who may see this video to understand what black people are talking about when we talk about white privilege, right? Because I guarantee you, if Gabby had a black boyfriend, I'm going to say it again. If Gabby had a black boyfriend, that house would have been surrounded 360 degrees. They would have had a drone suspended above the house watching the entire perimeter to make sure that no one left. But because Brian is white, the police let their guards down. They let their guards down. Now, for me, when I look at him, something in his eyes looks a little vacant to me. And comment below if you see what I see. When I look at his eyes, I'm just like, something just is kind of, not all there. I'm just saying. But back to my point. Because Brian was not black, and he had the benefit of white privilege, the police let their guard down. Said he'll be there. He's at his parents' house. He's at his parents' house with a missing girlfriend in her van with police footage, body cam footage of them having an altercation, and you don't think that this is worthy of keeping an eye on him? I cannot believe it. So as a result of their lax approach, he moseys off, leaves, gone, never to be seen again. And the family has now filed this bogus missing person report for him. Child, y'all know this boy ain't missing. Y'all know he is not missing. Now they should arrest him for a abusive process, right? Because you out here filing these police claims when you know he's not missing. They said he took the family car or took his car and drove up to some mountainous or some I don't know, some large vast area and left a note for them. They went looking for him, found the car and the note, drove it home, and still didn't call the police. Does the word accessory mean anything to you? Do the words aiding and abetting mean anything to you? Now, granted, he is not officially charged with anything, so I guess it can't be aiding and abetting. But at this point, I don't know, obstruction of some sort, because clearly the parents have had a hand in assisting him with getting away with this. The parents know what happened. The parents know what happened. Let me tell you, daddy doesn't know, mama knows, because mama always knows. You know that what your son did. And they would much rather him be on the lam, on the run, living his life, naked and afraid style, if that's what's required, than to be incarcerated. And I'm going to tell you guys what I think happened. And this is not giving an excuse to Brian, but I think based on the fact that they had this altercation, I want to say that there were some reports that Gabby had some sort of emotional issues, so to speak. And based on the fact that he had scratches, I think that the argument just got heated and he flew off the handle, went too far. And the result is that Gabby was murdered or killed in the process. Now, if that is in fact what happened, then why aren't you just coming clean and just admitting to it, taking your licks, so to speak, and just, trying to move forward with life? The fact that you're running and hiding makes me think that maybe it isn't that. Maybe there is more to it. Maybe it was calculated. Maybe it was premeditated. But the fact that you're running from this, yeah, because you're running, you're not missing. You don't leave a note when you're missing. You don't take your time and write a love notes and odes to the parents, come on. And these parents should be ashamed of themselves, because the same love that you feel that is the catalyst to help him get away is the same love that these parents feel for their daughter. And just on a human level, on a human level, how could you? How dare you? How dare you? And again, I'm going to close this out here pretty quick, but I promise you, if he were a black man, he would be in custody. He would have been under 24-hour surveillance. He probably would have had an ankle monitor on him. But he damn sure was not getting out of the sight of law enforcement. That wasn't happening. So when you hear people talk about white privilege, white privilege means that you get to have an altercation with the police, have scratches all over your body, be separated, right? Because from what I understand, in most domestic violence situations, if there's any signs of a physical altercation, someone has to go to jail. That's been my understanding. I don't know what the laws are out in Wyoming, but from my experience, or my understanding, not my experience, I've never been domestically abused, that if there are signs of violence, someone has to go to jail. But they didn't. They separated them, right? So white privilege means you get separated. No one goes to jail. White privilege means that you get to drive back home in the child's van. You get to be a suspect of murder and not be surveilled. It's crazy to me that this boy is out here running around in the wilderness, living off grid, and it didn't have to be this way. So I don't know what else can be said about this. Hopefully they find him. And look at the amount of money that is being spent into finding him. Do you know how many taxpayer dollars are being invested in this? And I watched a documentary the other day, right, about missing Native American women and how all of these Native American women are going missing, and law enforcement is not paying any attention to it. The news media is not paying any attention to it. And when I see the amount of attention being dedicated to this Gabby Petito case, I'm like, I get it. I get it, because this story is huge. This story is huge, and the question begs to be asked, would the same amount of coverage be given to a Native American woman if she was missing? Would the same amount of coverage be given to a black woman if she was missing? I don't know. Is it the fact that Gabby was a YouTuber, and because she was a YouTuber and she had a somewhat of a public profile, is that the catalyst for the public interest? I don't know. I just know I don't like the optics. Gabby's life is important, right? But so too is every other missing woman's life. So if we have the resources to get dedicated to a Gabby Petito, we should have the resources to dedicate to all women who have gone missing. To all. To all people who have gone missing. All right, again, my condolences to the Petito family. Brian Dirty Laundrie, we're going to get you, boo. You can run, but you can't hide. That is it for this video, people. Please do me a huge favor. Like, comment, subscribe, and share. And as always, in closing, ask yourself this one poignant question. Why be bitter when you can be better? So let's be better together. Mwah. I'll talk to you guys again in my next video. Bye-bye.